Are we live?
No.
Okay.
Don't.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
but I would pretend. I would pretend.
Huh? 7:30.
Yeah. We're live? Guys, we're live. Nate, if you'll check all the devices and make sure that everybody's happy. YouTube, make sure that our buddies over on Facebook are happy.
I think Angela's
We
lost
are
that loving
we are
feeling.
using new cameras today. If you want to take Angela's camera and do the wide shot. Does everybody see me? Hi. Hi. So we're close up now. So tonight is a special night, guys. The Orange Couch with Three-Eyed Guys. Something special is going to happen here in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
What time is it, Nate?
7:20.
It's 7:30. So we're going to be a little late, but give us about 5 minutes, and something special is going to happen. We are doing a test right now, and the test is to see if the mics work, see if all these guys look handsome. Nate, can you take their camera? They're good? Do they look handsome? They don't look handsome.
Then it works.
Then we know the camera's good to go. So tonight is going to be something special. Nate, I say here's what we do. We're going to go to the open, all right? And once we go to the open, you're going to, drop our mics, of course, so nobody can hear all the nastiness we're talking about. And then I'm going to talk to the kids about what we're going to do.
What kids?
And we can just stay live, all right? Does that make sense, Nate? And then once we get everything worked out, we will actually go ahead and start the show. So you guys ready to talk to our special guest who's going to be here tonight?
I just want to get somebody.
Yeah, brother.
All right, we got a special guest that's going to be here tonight.
I just want to give someone a
We're gonna
headlock
bring
right now.
we're gonna bring them in just a second, and after we do that, we will get the show started. So Nate, if everything looks good, smells good, let's go ahead and go to the
Can all
to
of
the
you
open?
guys see me?
And let's roll it.
Rolling.
We're late. Very late. Yeah. Yes. Good idea. Let's do it.
Hey, they're stealing our bikes!
We're late. Very late. Yeah. Yes. Good idea. Let's do it.
Hey, they're stealing our bikes!
Yeah. Well, we're late. Very late. Yeah. Yes. Good idea. Let's do it.
Hey, they're stealing our bikes.
All right. My mic is not on yet, but when it comes on, it's going to be. There we go.
Holy.
This
That's loud.
is the orange couch with three other guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to yell in your ear. They're used to it. They're used to it.
What?
I'm Philip Deems. This is Chris. We'll introduce our guests in just a second.
Yeah.
This is Daryl, and that's Josh.
Nice to meet you.
What's up?
Nate, everything okay? We doing all right over here?
You know
Yep.
what?
Cameras are okay? Everything's good?
We totally fooled you guys. You thought the wives were going to be on.
Yeah, listen, we were just trying to get. We were just Nate. We're okay with that camera. We're good.
Everything good?
We were just trying to get guests in here, so we fooled people into thinking that the three odd wives are going to be here.
Wow.
You know, because the
Maybe
three
another
odd
day.
wives, the three odd wives, they actually draw a crowd. So we're just trying to steal a crowd.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, it's time to introduce the guests. This is the Orange Couch with three odd guys, and this is Sofia Castillo. How you doing?
Good,
She's
thank
a
you. How are you?
What are you doing?
Get out of here!
We're getting kicked off our own podcast.
Get out of here!
Oh, crap.
Sorry, guys.
It's the ladies.
These boys.
Bye,
I
boys.
tell ya.
It's the wives.
They think they're gonna take over. What?
Right?
Ladies' night tonight.
Who needs boys?
Ladies'
Nobody.
Nobody.
You guys suck.
Well, hello, everybody.
No, we rock.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi. We're excited to have you on.
We
so happy to
are.
be
Thanks for
here.
being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And I've actually never even met a woman wrestler.
I know this is
Oh.
so exciting.
This is
There's
exciting.
a few of us. Yes.
Oh, we have
I'm
new
so
mics.
excited to be here.
Yeah. So I know I was doing some research on you, and I was excited to see that you and I have something in common.
Yes. What's
Yeah.
that?
When I was 8 years old, I started dancing.
Ooh.
Because when my mom was little, she, took dance classes. So she put me in dance classes, and I read that you started dancing at 7,
I did.
earlier than I did.
I started with ballet, and then a
Me
couple
too.
years into it, right? Because everybody has to. That's,
Yes,
that's
that's
the
the
basic
core.
of dancing. But then after a while, I was like, I don't know if this is really my thing. I'm feeling something a little stronger, a little more fun. Hip hop was it.
Oh, yes.
So I went hardcore into hip hop and then moved to contemporary and then tried a little bit of everything, but I had a lot of fun. I still do it occasionally, but now I'm mostly focused on wrestling.
Yeah, I saw one of your dance videos today, and I was impressed.
Thank you
Well,
very much.
back in the day when I was dancing, they didn't even have hip hop. It was called jazz. I'm aging myself.
With the jazz hands.
It was jazz.
that- yeah,
jazz
yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
Jazz hands are still fun. My husband still does jazz hands, don't you, Philip? Anyway, so that was awesome. But what I want to know is how has dancing played a part in your wrestling, and how did you transition from dancing to wrestling?
So that's a fun question, especially because I've always known that I've been a dancer my whole life, but I
Yes.
always also knew that I had that itch to scratch for wrestling, right?
Oh.
And slowly but surely it began to transition. Once I got in a ring and I began doing moves, I noticed that I had more of an inclination towards more graceful moves or flexibility moves with kicks and whatnot.
I did notice that. That was impressive.
Right, thank you. So there was a lot of flexibility involved in it, and people kept saying just the word graceful. You're graceful. You're graceful. And I was like, but I want to be aggressive. And they were like, no, but you're graceful. And so it became this whole thing where I try to implement it so that it could look a little more graceful, but also try to get that aggressive component that you should have as a wrestler. But I think it makes me a little different. So I'm trying to,
It definitely does. I noticed your kicks were awesome.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure a lot of wrestlers don't have those, kicks.
And
Plus,
we like different. Our saying is choose to be different. So
Yes.
you are here with us.
look at that
Being
shirt.
different. We
I
like
love that
it.
shirt.
we do choose to be different. See?
Yes. We rep that.
And I'm trying to think of what else. So I don't want to be. I'm trying to remember what I was going to ask. What were we going to ask?
So what's it like being a female wrestler? I think it's pretty amazing. I've watched wrestling my whole life growing up. I'm sure you have some idols, so I want to hear who your role models are, who inspires you, in the wrestling world and the non-wrestling world. But what's it like being a female wrestler?
Is
Is there a lot of intimidation when you meet people? Do they try to push your buttons and
no,
test your?
That's a good question.
it's a really good question. I don't think intimidated is the word. I think we've moved past that where girls are a little bit more respected in the wrestling industry. I definitely think that there's still a shift that needs to be made, but we're making really good progress. I don't feel intimidated towards boys or girls. I think this is an industry where we work together to entertain the crowd, and as long as it's just a group of people trying to achieve the same goal of entertaining the audience, I think that's what's most important. And telling a story, of having a match with a good psychology, just having things make sense, and just doing what we're supposed to do, which is entertain a group of people that are paying to see us, make them have a good time.
It is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It is super fun. It is scary at times because there is the injury risk, which you try to avoid to the best of your ability. Sometimes, unfortunately, things don't go as planned and you just have to adjust to them. But as long as you have that passion for it, I think that's all that matters. It'll translate in the ring.
Have you ever had a serious injury?
Yeah. I've had a couple. The most, drastic one, I was having a no DQ match. And the girl that I was wrestling, we had a bit of a miscommunication and something went wrong where I got driven to the concrete floor and it sprained my neck, and it became this whole thing of I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep wrestling, and my mom was very upset and my family was concerned. But luckily within a couple of months that I had to take off, I was okay and I was able to get back into it.
Wow.
But now
That is
I'm way
scary.
more careful about what I do.
That is scary. Mitzi, you know a little bit about hitting the cement.
We don't need to talk about. Well, I don't hit cement. I don't hit cement. I hit
Cars.
metal, parked cars.
Yes.
No.
Yes. She has a
Yeah.
great story.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that tonight. We don't. No.
Long story short, she's got a metal rod?
Yeah, titanium.
Titanium.
What happened?
I have a lovely $167,000 arm.
She's going to kill me.
Got on a little bitty motorcycle and hit a parked car.
Oh.
Because I didn't listen to my
A
husband.
parked car?
Yeah.
Not even a moving car.
Not even a moving car. Yeah, I know.
I know, poor Mitzi. I'm sorry for bringing it up, but it's kind of a
No,
funny
but
story.
she's strong. She's strong and confident.
Yeah, she's definitely stronger for that.
I
yeah.
could get in the ring. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got the metal arm. I could, form ourselves.
Out of
That
all
arm
of
is
us-
your advantage. You
I
use
think
that
it'd
as a
be-
weapon. Just
There you go. Yeah.
they're
I was
done.
gonna say that's like
could see-
superhero level.
Yes,
Yeah.
I could see Mitzi doing that.
We could
Just
probably
kinda
get her a
combine
really
it.
cool name to
Right.
correlate with her arm too.
Titanium
Yeah, titanium.
soldier something.
Titanium Mitzi.
But I
Something.
love
I
the
don't
fact that you said, bringing women to the forefront of wrestling. I love that concept.
Yeah.
It's important. It's
Yeah.
important
You
because
don't see it often.
we're seeing it more now, but it used to be so degrading when girls would go out and have a panties match or a hair pulling match.
I
a
hate that.
pillow fight. That was sad.
Yeah.
That was a sad time
That's-
for girls, but I don't think there's a best time to be a wrestler as a girl than today. Because we keep improving and we keep just progressing, and especially with girls main eventing shows nowadays, and
Yeah.
just being given that trust and that confidence to do
Yeah.
what we know we can do. I think that's very important.
Yeah, and it's not just TNA. I mean, you guys have skills.
Thank you.
Some real skills. Yeah, I was impressed.
Thank you. We try.
What's your training schedule like throughout the week?
My training schedule, I used to train 4 days out of the week in wrestling. Then unfortunately COVID happened and it had to change a little bit, where what I decided to do was just focus more on the at-home workouts, and I fell in love with it. I run every day now. I try to work on my cardio. I lift weights at home, and it makes me actually happy. During the pandemic, I took up the Jane Fonda videos, and she can kick some butt.
Yes, you can.
Jane Fonda
That's
can kick
funny.
some serious butt. So I felt like that got me fit and that got me, in a better shape than I used to be
Wow,
before.
That's very old school.
Yeah.
Jane
But
Fonda.
she's so good.
She is good.
Isn't she great?
And the
She's
outfits
amazing,
crack
yeah.
me up though.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes. And she still looks as good now as she did before. So it's just very confusing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
We hope that we all age that way.
Yes.
So I hear you have some other talents besides just wrestling
She definitely does.
and dancing. I heard
Like
you do
what?
some sign language, which is
yes.
awesome.
I see you signing while you're
yes.
talking. I saw some change.
Yes. So I have trying to get that under control. My hands tend to move on their own, but
I do it too. You got to put them in your pockets.
right. No, but the interpreting side of it, that's my job. My actual job. I graduated in interpreting. So I'm a trilingual interpreter from 9 to 5 and then a wrestler on the weekends. So I try to keep busy.
That's awesome. Just tell her what you do.
So I'm a teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing.
Oh, that's
so
so
I also do the sign with thing, and half
Right.
the people look at me and they're like, "I don't know what you're signing." I'm like, "I know. I'm sorry." But so what type of interpreting do you do? Is it educational? Is it more like going to like doctors' offices, and what type, like legal? What do you do?
So as soon as I graduated from school, I started doing a little bit of the educational interpreting side of it. But now I'm transitioning more to medical, and I'm doing some performance interpreting, and now I'm doing trilingual interpreter, which is super fun.
Wow.
Wow.
So I get
that's
to
What is that?
juggle. So I get to interpret between Spanish, English, and sign language.
Oh my goodness.
It's
That's
a lot on
awesome.
my brain. At times I'm like, I just need a break, and I take a break because you have to advocate for yourself, and if you can't be in a good state of mind to do what you need to do, there's no point in doing it. So you just need to take a break and gather your thoughts, and then do the best you can to facilitate communication.
That's amazing. I saw that you like to do theatrical sign language. Is that? I saw that you were signing the anthem and some other songs
Yes.
on your website.
Yes, I tend to do the anthem, the sign language to the anthem at shows.
On the big, yeah, but you were like in a stadium.
Oh, that was the Magic game, the
Oh,
Orlando
that was
Magic
awesome.
game.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to interpret the anthem
Yeah,
for that,
that's
which was
amazing.
super
That was cool.
fun. Yeah, thank you. It was super fun. And I also do some performance interpreting for musicals or concerts or stuff whenever I get the chance to, which are great fun. They're just a lot of work, so you have to take each song apart.
I was gonna say, tell me your process with that, because I know that with sign language being so conceptual, how
Right.
do you go through a song and make it conceptually accurate as opposed to more of the English
The
signing?
English song. So what I do is that I'll grab the song, I'll listen to it 1,000 times, and then I'll grab the lyric of the song and put it in a Word document. And then I'll go line by line. I read the line, I think of what it means, and then I try to come up with a sign to match that. But I don't do word for word because that's not technically correct.
ASL.
I mean, there's no right or wrong way, but I don't choose to do it that way. I try to more get the concept of the whole thing and just make it more of a visual image where deaf people can see it and be like, oh, that's nice. We get what she's doing, as opposed to just word, because they don't,
Yeah, I noticed on your face, your facial expressions, like with the certain songs, were really, feeling the songs. It was a feeling too. It wasn't just the signing.
Right. I try. I've always been very into the arts, and I found that doing sign language to songs was something that brought me a lot of joy. Some people are really against it because they feel like it's a form of oppression on the language. Some people don't agree with that. I personally don't agree with that because I feel like if you're providing access to a community in any which way that you can, then that's what it's all about. And it's something I really enjoy, and I just do it for the fun, for providing some kind of access.
I can't believe people would.
Really cool.
I can't believe that people would be not okay with that, because if you go to a rock concert, watching the person doing sign language on the side is like one of the funnest things. Like, you see them get into it, they're having a great time.
It is really cool. I guess it's just, different people that feel like they're being oppressed by the language not being ours, technically. And I understand where they're coming from. I just try to take it from a more lighthearted perspective and just try to have a good time with it.
I love it.
How did you get into learning sign language and want to make your career sign
Did
language?
you have somebody in the family that was hearing impaired?
Not even. They actually prefer the term deaf or hard of hearing. Yes, they brought up with this theory that, and it's fair, where if you're driving impaired, it's because you're drunk or you're doing something wrong. So they do prefer the term deaf or hard of hearing. But I came to the States wanting to be a wrestler, and my mom was like, you can wrestle, but you have to get a degree, which I agreed with. And I was set on being a mathematician because I love math. I love numbers.
Wow.
And then I was walking down the hallway one day, and I saw this lady moving her hands, and I was super interested in it because you don't see people just moving their hands out and about, right?
Unless they're from New York like me.
Right.
And that's why I'm sitting like this, because nobody would understand what I'm saying because I'm just going
it's
in
okay
circles.
though. You gotta be free. And so I saw the name of the class, and it said American Sign Language. And it's something where you just know. I don't know if it's happened to you, but you know you have to do something.
You know you don't know.
Exactly, you know. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life, other than
Wow.
wrestling. And that's how it became a thing. I went to school for it. I had to commute to Tampa, which was an hour and a half away from Orlando. And I was so miserable in the process, but I enjoyed I enjoyed the classes and I enjoyed what I was doing. And I'm very grateful that I did it. I graduated about 2 months ago, and I've been working.
Wow. So it's really new.
Congratulations.
So how long have you
Well,
been signing?
well, hold on.
Angela,
Before
one
we
second.
have any more questions, I was asked to toss to break. So the 3 Odd Wives will be back in a moment.